Hello students. So now we would be discussing our continuing topic, that was direct indirect sentences. So in the first video, what we have done, we saw the basic format, how it is being dealt, what are the questions, what is the basic rules which we need to follow, what happens when there is a subject and an object, what happens when the object is missing. Now today we would be dealing with the questions of direct, in which we have a question tag, means a question mark, interrogative questions. In interrogative questions, how are we supposed to change into indirect form? So what are the rules here? So now let's see, whenever anyone asks a question, what it is, can you please do it, or what are you doing? It can start with modal verb, it can start with a WH family like question group, like what, where, how, when. It can start with do or did, it can start with may, it can start with. You also try to frame some questions. We go to the other questions which we can deal with. It can be with the auxiliary verbs even, like are, is, was, were, have, had. What happens, or what are the rules according to which we are going to change these formats? We can convert these interrogative questions into indirect forms of sentences. So what we have to do in this is that we need to change it in the question mark. First and foremost thing what we have to remember is that if it is an interrogative sentence, we need to change it into a declarative sentence. Declarative means a simple plain statement. But hold on, we cannot change the meaning. The meaning has to be intact for it. The meaning being intact, we need to change it into declarative. Then what are the rules which we are going to apply? So basic 3 steps are there which we need to follow. So what are they? Now let's see that in our today's video. So it's going to be extremely interesting and exciting, because some of the tricks we would be discussing so that it becomes very easy in any competitive exam or in any form of question papers, where you can just see the question and understand the pattern, that what type of frame or what type of question it is and what we need to change in it. So first of all, whenever it starts with can, means in inverted comma, if we have can, then what to do? In this type of question, first of all, see what is written. Can you answer all the questions? She said to me. She said to me is written in the ending. It is not that it has to be written in the ending only. When we are doing the transformation of the sentence from direct to indirect, we will write this portion in the starting. She said to me. You can write she asked me. To will be missing. Why said is changing to asked? We have already discussed in our first video that if after the subject and object is there, then we will change it into different format. If no object is there, it will be same. So she said to me. Here it is a question. I will ask, she asked me. Or I can also use like she inquired me. She confirmed me. She wanted to know. Lot of things. We can use these different words for these. So let's make it very simple. We can write she asked, or she confirmed, or she demanded. So here she is not demanding anything. So we simply use asked or confirmed. Here she is confirming. So 2 words we can use, asked or confirmed. Make it more simple, you can write also that she asked. That will also be the correct format. So first of all we will write she asked me. She asked me. Now see what changes we need to do there. What we did in our last video, whenever we were changing the inverted comma and that commas, we were using the verb that. But if we are starting with a modal verb, can, could, might, like this, we will not use the word that. What we are supposed to use? Because here she is asking, she wants the confirmation. So two words like if and whether. These two words we can use here. Any of the word will go here appropriately. You can use here if or you can also use whether. So she asked me, here to will be removed. We will not use the word to. So she asked me if. I am using the word if. You can also use the word whether. So she asked me if. Now see what to do. Can you? Can you means can is the verb and you is the subject. What we would be doing here is we will just interchange the places of the verb and the subject. Can you? I will write I could. Can will be changed into could. It can also change into might or should depending upon the sentences. Here I can simply change into could. And you being the second person, here direct question is there. I am changing it into declarative sentence. I will write I, the first person, because I am being asked here. So you is referred to as I here. So she asked me if I could answer all the questions. If I see, the transformation is so easy. So what we learned in this sentence? We learned that question mark have to be removed, first point. Second is that the verb and the subject will interchange its place. And third, what is the third point? We will give a full stop here. It's so simple. But without changing the meaning. We don't have to change the meaning, but these three simple steps can change our direct sentence into indirect sentence. Now see the next question. His father said, can you depend on them? His father said. Whom is he saying? Yes, maybe he is saying to his son or daughter, because here father is mentioned. Here we do not have an object. So his father said or asked. We can write here asked. But ma'am, you said there is no object. How can we change this said into any other form? See, it is his father, first of all. And second, it is a question that we did in case of simple sentences or declarative sentences. Now, if it is a question mark, we can write his father asked instead of said. His father asked, or he is asking something. So you can also use the word inquired. His father asked or inquired. Any of the word could be used here. His father asked if or whether. Don't miss either of these words. Either use if or use whether. So his father asked if you. Here you is the second person. So his father asked if he could depend on them. Or you can say his father asked if there is a minor change. His father said or asked if he could depend on them. Here you is changed into he. He could depend on them. So see, what are the three basic rules which we learned? First is rule to change. First is remove question mark and instead of that use a full stop. Then change of the place. Change the place of subject and verb. Interchange it. And then use the correct form of first, second or third person. So these are the three things which we need to do while we are dealing with questions in indirect speech. Now let's look if we start with WH family. What if the questions we have WH family, like the word what, where, when, how to deal with these questions?